Good morning. My name is Liz McCormick, and I'm here with Sandy Spinagle here, and she is the head of Platinum PR, and we are very glad to have her here with us today. Good morning, Sandy.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yes, I'm here to speak with you today on behalf of the MEDA nominations for 2012. Now that's the release that I read, but I know you mentioned before this that it's an annual thing. Is that correct?
It is. Actually, we've been working on the MEDA Awards program since 2006. MEDA stands for the Maryland Economic Development Association. So it is a client of mine that I've had since pretty early on with the business, and my first big project with them was to manage this awards program for them.
Wow, that's excellent. So I read on your website that you have been involved in, before you did PR work, you were involved in a lot of environmental stuff 10 years or so before?
Yes, I was involved in economic development prior to starting my business, and that kind of lent a lot to my passion for the industry and the business of economic development. MEDA became a client after I was a member. I was a member of their organization for many years, and when I quit my job in economic development and started my company, MEDA became one of my first clients, actually.
Wow. That's great. So with the nominations and everything, how did you get involved with that, and what applies to someone if they want to be a part of that awards?
The MEDA Awards program, what it does is economic development is about job creation and creating opportunities for employment in a community, generating wealth in an area. And so what the MEDA Awards does is it recognizes excellence in that area. So it might be a community that has done something innovative, like created a business incubator system, or has been an outstanding major employment generator in the community. And if they've done something creative from a financing perspective, or a job training or recruitment perspective, or even a marketing element, that's what the awards look at. They look at all of these different aspects of economic development and try to find kind of the best of the best. And this in 2013, actually next month, we will be honoring the 2013 award nominees, and we have 4 projects that we're recognizing and 3 individuals. So it's not just about the businesses that create the work or the government organizations that have these marketing initiatives, but it's also an element of it is about the individuals that are doing this job on a day-to-day basis.
Wow. Oh. Now, Platinum PR works for them. You've done work with them, so.
Yep, I have worked with them. I started in 2005, leading into the 2006 awards, and we helped them. They already had the basic criteria developed, but we basically implemented it, for them. We figured out how to promote the program, how to solicit nominations. Once the nominations came into the office, what are we going to do with them? How to organize them for the judges, so that the judges could sit down and evaluate 30 to 40 nominations at a time. And then once the judges make their selections, how do we announce these winners? And right now, as we were talking earlier, it's different being on this side of the camera, because these last couple of weeks I've been going around and doing these 2013 awards, and I've been on the other side of the camera interviewing people to find out about their particular project. What was it that made it an award-winning project this year?
Right. Now, the press release that I read was for 2012, and I know the 2013 is about to come up. But how did the nominees do for 2012?
It actually went really well. It's in a challenging economic times, the nomination process is always it's challenging. We have individuals that organizations that there is a fee to nominate, but at the end of the day, the marketing and PR that they get off of a winning selection, a winning award, is insane. I mean, they get really nice media coverage. We've had award nominees, honorees on the front page of the Baltimore Sun in recent history, the Daily Record, some of the very targeted core business within the media market for Maryland has been really nice.
Wow. Now, I know you had said that that you would organize the nomination and the award ceremony for them. So not only do you do PR work for them, and marketing and advertising, but you also do the organizing for the ceremony.
I do. It gets it gets a little nitty gritty in the end, and we tend to get pretty hands on in everything that we do.
Right. Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Jessica Hale, and I'm here with Sandy Spinagle from Platinum PR, and we're here to talk about Virtudi's restaurant. So the first thing I wanted to ask you is if you could tell us a little bit about their vision and what their philosophy is that makes them different from other restaurants.
The beauty of Virtudi's, they're based in Olney, Maryland, which is in Montgomery County, just outside of Washington, D.C. And since 1992, they have believed in local. They are all local all the time. So, recently we have, these latest, the food crazes, know where your food comes from, fair trade, all of these things just fully support Virtudi's and their mission and their purpose. So, truly you can walk in there and look and point to any item on the menu and they will tell you exactly what farm or, exactly what business it came from in the region, which is nice. It's nice for somebody to be that aware of where their food comes from.
I definitely agree. And I wanted to ask you about the Main Route handcrafted beverages. I know they're fair trade, and I think in the beginning Starbucks started the fair trade thing. And do you think that really brings their customers in, offering fair trade products?
Again, it reinforces the message. For somebody to be able to say, we're not going to offer Coca-Cola products anymore because this is what we believe in. It was just one more piece of the puzzle to have them offer this Main Route soda. Have you ever tried it?
I have not.
It's very good. I don't love the cola, but I do love some of the other varieties that they have. It doesn't taste certainly have the same flavor as Coca-Cola, and their customers were a little taken aback. But the customers in Virtudi's have come to expect that they're going to be leading the charge for local. Tell us what's good for us, and that's what we're going to eat.
So I think that the people who come to the restaurant are foodies, and which I am definitely a foodie. And is there anything on the menu that you would say really represents their culture that maybe you would tell somebody to go try first, if being a beginner foodie?
If I were going to recommend anything on their menu, aside from a daily special that might be unique, it's their pizza. They have gluten-free pizza crust, because the owner, again, very passionate about offering alternatives in that area. And, they know where the tomatoes came from. They know where the mushrooms came from. They know, exactly what farm, every element, the basil was grown in. I mean, every element of their menu and of their farming beliefs kind of gets thrown on top of that pizza crust. And so that's where I would start.
Very interesting. I looked at the menu and I noticed that they put the farms down, where each thing came from, and I think that's pretty amazing that they're supporting other local businesses. And so, is there anything that you would like to say about their philosophy, to finish things up?
One of the things that we've been doing recently is we've been blogging with them, and with those blogs, we haven't been telling their story. We've been telling the story of their farms. So, we tell the story of, the small bean coffee manufacturer that is doing something different and unique. We tell the Main Route soda stories. We're telling the honeybee stories and things like that. So again, I would encourage people to check out their website and read their blog to learn a little bit more about them. But you'll see it throughout everything that they do, which is refreshing.
Okay, well, to wrap this up, the last thing I want to ask is, everything there is fair trade and organic, correct? And local, sustainable, and so that makes it someplace that maybe this might be a trend. Do you think that will start happening with other restaurants?
I think you see some of that happening. Domestic now here in Shepherdstown is another example of of that trend. Ricciuti's has been doing this for over 20 years, so is 20 years a trend, or is it's truly kind of the way that they do business?
They're the original. So, well, thank you, Sandy, and go eat at Ricciuti's and enjoy their philosophy of food.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm Suzanne Shipley, President of Shepherd University. Your journey to the unexpected starts now. At Shepherd, you can expect the attention of a private liberal arts college, the resources and programs of a comprehensive university, all at the cost of an affordable public education.
Shepherd, unexpected.
At Shepherd, expect more majors, more individual attention, more opportunities to explore cutting-edge subjects, more hands-on experiences, more outdoor recreation, more championship athletics, more fun, and more possibilities. There's no better way to experience life at Shepherd University than to visit. Is Shepherd what you expected?
Hello, I'm Rachel Johnson, and I'm here with Sandy Spinagle, owner of Platinum PR. Hello.
Hello.
Today we're going to be talking to Sandy about the Valentine's Day Dinner Express train held in Petersburg, West Virginia. So when is the Valentine's Day Express train held?
The train happens every February, just before Valentine's Day. So it's a weekend excursion for those that are in the, DC market is primarily their target, to get them to head west a little bit, to experience, the mountains in the winter.
And so the train departs from Petersburg, and where does it travel to?
It travels to Moorfield. If you're familiar with the with that route, it's a route that they take often throughout the train. The Valentine's Express is one of their seasonal train rides. Probably, honestly, the least picturesque, I can't say that word right now, but they're most popular is in the fall, taking that same route. So there are lots of opportunities to take that train route between Petersburg and Moorfield.
Okay, so is there a wide range of people who attend the train ride, like teenagers and adults?
They're mostly adults. They do serve West Virginia wine on board the train, so they prefer to keep that at a wine drinking age. And generally the ticket price, it's going to be a couple or a small group of friends that are going to go and do something like that. One of the things I find the most interesting is that generally locals do not participate in their train. So they're trying to do a lot more outreach to get people in their own community. We're all guilty of not doing things in our own backyard, but the train is really trying to make for an affordable option for people to come out, on an evening and, have a romantic dinner.
How long is the train ride?
The train ride takes a couple of hours. It's over a dinner, so you have an opportunity. There is some music, entertainment that happens, but there isn't a set program. It's truly, you're just in a moving restaurant seat that is traveling down the road, or down the track, so to speak.
So you said this was an annual event. How many years have this going on so far?
I have no idea, so I'm going to make up and say 5 years.
5 years?
We'll go with that for right now.
Okay, cool. There is a 3-course meal dinner. What does that consist of on the train?
This year it was an Italian feast. In the past they've done things from a prime rib dinner, but this year they decided that, again, they wanted to focus local, and so they made all West Virginia products, used all West Virginia products to go into this Italian feast. There are some, the Clarksburg area in West Virginia is famous for their, Italian dishes, and, so they got some of their sauces from that area, that part of the state, wine from all across the state, breads were made locally, their greens for their salad was made locally, things like that. So it was a West Virginia train ride through and through.
Okay. And also there's a food tasting
course in there, is that just the same as West Virginia food?
The food tasting is a little bit different, but it is all West Virginia again. The train takes off from Scott's Depot, which is a gift shop, and also serves as the Grant County Visitor Center in Petersburg, and so that's where everybody meets. And when they are first gathering, they have an opportunity to sample some of the products that they're going to be, that they could purchase there in the shop.
That's awesome. Can you explain what does it mean by the train kicks off the 2013 train season for Grant County?
The Grant County does seasonal train rides. Their next one is coming up this summer, and that is a family ride. So that's where the kids would come on board and truly get to see beautiful West Virginia in all its glory. And then there's one that's very popular, book early in the fall, and that's to see the fall foliage and everything. And then there is a ride with a stop to visit Santa in December.
Fun. That's a lot of fun.
That's very kid-friendly too.
Thank you for coming on for us today and talking about the Valentine's Day Express.
My pleasure.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'm Marlon Hoy, here with the lovely Sandy Spinagle from head of Platinum PR, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Here we are today. We're here to talk about the Picking in the Panhandle press release. For the viewers at home who don't know too much about this, could you tell them exactly what the Picking in the Panhandle is?
Picking in the Panhandle was created back in 2007, September. It's an annual event that the Martinsburg-Berkeley County Convention and Visitors Bureau put together. They created an event that they wanted to draw tourists into Berkeley County, have an excuse to come to Berkeley County on the weekends. And they decided to kind of get to their roots from a bluegrass music perspective and a barbecue perspective. So bring in food, music, a little bit of beer, and some family fun, and you've got the makings of a great weekend.
Sounds awesome. So when and where will this event be taking place?
It is the weekend after Labor Day. In the past, since 2007, the event has been held at Lazy A Campground in Back Creek Valley, West Virginia. So about 20 minutes outside of Martinsburg. But this year, it's going to be moved to Shiley Acres, still in that same portion of the county, but a slightly different venue.
Okay, you talked about there would be music. Is this like live music? Who will be featured at this event?
The event features bands from across the country, actually. And they haven't announced all of the full lineup for this year yet, but in the past we've had Charlie Daniels has come out. Excuse me. Ira Dean, who was formerly with Trick Pony, has come out in the past. We've got all sorts of bluegrass bands that come and participate. Lonesome Highway, as a nice core regional band that has a beautiful draw. So we've got literally 20 to 30 different bands that come out for the weekend. And one of the beautiful things about the event is that there are 3 stages. So at any time, you've got options of listening to 3 completely different bands, completely different environments. The past 2 years, one of the stages has been devoted exclusively to West Virginia bands, which gives those local bands an opportunity to showcase themselves and their talent. The core of the festival has been bluegrass, but they've expanded it a little bit to get into some of that country music fun and, heck raising, I guess, that can go on at a festival like that.
Sounds awesome. You talked about food. What type of food or activities will also be offered here for people to expect?
It's actually the West Virginia State Barbecue Championship is held at this event. It is a nationwide sanctioned event, so professional barbecue teams come out from all across the country to try to get that coveted West Virginia State Championship. With that, some of those teams will offer to take a piece of meat and cook it within their special sauces and in their special way, and then donate that for a fundraiser for the fire department. So we'll have tastings of barbecue all throughout the weekend. You truly cannot come to this event without eating barbecue, whether it's pork, ribs, chicken, I don't care what it is, but there's lots of barbecue.
I'm already hungry.
It's a good one.
Sounds like
It's a good one. It's a fun event.
Okay, what type of audience does this attract? Is it an older crowd, a younger crowd? Would it be family friendly?
It is. I mean, I talk about the beer and having fun and things like that. But my daughter is 11 now and has grown up listening to this event and participating. It's very family friendly. There are, moon bounces and things like that for the kids if the kids get bored with, sitting around and listening to music. There's also an arts and crafts building so that they can, you can decide to go shopping if somebody wants to, test things out like that. There's truly enough to do for this 3-day festival, for kids of all ages.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot for, everybody to take part in. How much are tickets and where can these be purchased at?
Tickets are available on the website.
Okay.
Tickets last year were $50 a person, and they can be purchased at panhandlepickin.com.
Okay. All right. Any additional information, you can also visit the website, which is pickandpanhandle.com, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the weekend after Labor Day, there in early September.
Okay. Well, we'll see you guys there. I'm Marlon Hoyd, Sandy Spinagle. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.